this video, we are going to divide monomials and divide a polynomial by a monomial. Let's look at an example. Now, to find the quotient of two monomials, we can think of that in its fractional form. Whatever your dividend is would be your numerator. Whatever you're dividing by, your divisor would go in the denominator. Now, when we see it like that, that helps us to kind of visualize what we can do. Negative 72 is going to be divided by 6. We need to divide the a's. We need to divide the b's. Now, let's take each one of these separately. Now, negative 72 divided by 6 is handled just like any numerical 72 and 6 is. 6 goes into 72 12 times. A negative divided by a positive is a negative. So that's why we get a negative 12 there. Now, our a's, you might notice we have more a's in our denominator, so that's why our a stays in the denominator. There's two ways to think about it. If the bases are like in your dividing, you subtract the exponent. We would get 3 minus 4, and it would get a negative 1 exponent. A negative 1 exponent indicates that we have to flip whatever the location is or divide by whatever we get. So any way you do it, we get an extra a in our denominator. But our b's are okay. We do have 3 extra b's. When we go ahead and combine those things, usually it's customary to put that negative out in the front like we see here. Let's put our b's on top because you can think of it almost as over 1. And then the only thing in our denominator is an a. In this next example, we are going to divide a polynomial by a monomial. The thing that you want to remember is you're going to divide each term of the polynomial by that monomial. So here's an example. We have this polynomial we see in the parentheses divided by 2x, a monomial. So again, you could write it as a fraction. So you could write that polynomial over 2x. But technically we'll want to divide that 2x into each of the terms. So you'll notice I've taken our 20x cubed over 2x, our 2x squared over 2x, our 4x, and we put the minus between them, minus 4x over 2x, and a plus 6 over 2x. Now let's simplify each term here. 20 divided by 2 is the 10. X cubed divided by x. 3 minus 1 is the 2 you see there. 2 divided by 2 is 1. X squared divided by x is 1x. So you don't have to put the 1 there, but you could if you wanted to. Negative 4x over 2x is negative 2. The x's have canceled perfectly. And this one's a little different because 6 divided by 2, yes, is 3, but there is nothing that canceled out that division by x or that over x, so just leave the x there. So that is how we divide a polynomial by a monomial. Now, the same thing's going to be true in this case, but we have more than one variable, so I wanted to do one like that for you. So again, write it as a fraction. Separate it into pieces. So you'll notice this 4x to the 4th y squared divided into both pieces. And then let's simplify each piece. Now let's compare what we've got here. 8 divided by 4 reduces down to 2. We have 2 extra x's on the bottom. We have 1 extra y. So just put that 2 on top and that x squared y on the bottom. For our second term, a negative in front of a positive is going to stay a subtraction or a minus. 72 divided by 4 is 18. We have 1 extra x in our denominator. We have 3 extra y's in our numerator. So that is a little bit about how we divide by monomials. I hope that helps you understand that a little better. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.